thoughts and prayers to the United States Air Force Flight Demonstration Team pilot, also known as the Thunderbirds, who was killed yesterday during training out at Nellis Air Force Base out in Nevada. The day before this, so 2 days ago, 4 United States Marines lost their lives in a helicopter crash. Freedom is never free, folks, and some pay the ultimate sacrifice. So as you go about your daily business today, before we get into the markets and what's going on, please just throw some prayers towards the devastated families and friends of these Marines and that airman. Okay, so as we predicted, folks, and Dow's having a nice rebound. I think we've had in the span of a day, we've had 1,000-point swing in the Dow. Just absolutely incredible here. Larry Kudlow came out yesterday on the White House lawn and kind of said, I don't know why Wall Street's going crazy. The adults are talking. I predicted this essentially a month ago when, you remember that famous Thursday, the Putin pal Trump, Vladimir Putin said he made some cool new weapons that can kill all of us that we'll never know about. Jerome Powell was testifying, and then Donald Trump came out with his 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare trade war speech. And I predicted this, folks. I said any pullback on these will be a buy the dip. Look at this, man. I predicted we would bounce. I said we chop around the 50-day moving average. We did. Here's the Facebook, and oh my God, he's serious about a trade war implosion. And I said, this is not panic selling. It might look brutal. It might feel brutal. It shouldn't feel brutal because once the computer stopped trading and humans got involved and said, nah, we're going to bounce off this 200-day moving average, and it's a buy the dip. So the trade war is fading, okay, and the Chinese came out and kind of, Trump yesterday said there is no trade war. We lost it years ago. I'm just trying to, claw back. And then today they said, well, if the United States is going to engage in a trade war, we're going to destroy you. So we're going to throw barbs back and forth. But like I said, Larry Kudlow came out again today. So he came out yesterday and told everybody to chill out, and today came out again and said we're going to get a deal with China. Really good news out of the South here. Apparently Brazil is teaching the United States a little bit about holding ex-presidents or people that run for president accountable. So this dude, Lula, can go to jail. I think he got like a 10-year prison sentence, and this is awesome. First of all, the guy's a scumbag, and second of all, it helps our Brazil trade. 44.5. 44 bull put spread looking to expire tomorrow. And we'll talk about this and analyze your trade right now. We're looking at 75. We have an Iron Condor on right now in the EWZ. I think it's the primary live trade brief portfolio that is looking to expire. Just the Iron Condor is going to expire tomorrow, potentially for a $4,800 gain. And I think that's 2 weeks. And then I think we still have an existing 44.5, 44 bull put spread that could make $2,200 by tomorrow. So that's nearly, what's that, 8? That's nearly $8,000 in Brazil trades and potential profit in the past couple weeks. So this chart, does this chart look anything, does this chart, look at the EWZ, the Brazil ETF, look anything like this? No. Neither does MGM. We have some MGM Iron Condors on. We're going to be talking about Wynn, Raytheon. We've more or less traded in a lot of stuff that's been immune to this absolute clown car in the market. So, and also, if you're getting your news anywhere other than here, you didn't hear this at all. In a court filing, to Trump's attorneys yesterday, the independent counsel said the president is no target of any criminal probe. Did you hear that in the media? Did you see that as breaking news on CNN or MSNBC or any of the nightly news? You didn't hear a word. This has been going on for a year, folks. The liberal media frothing at the mouth that Donald Trump and first of all, collusion is not a crime. There's no federal crime against that word collusion. So after a year and millions of dollars and all sorts of stuff and a couple indictments of stuff that's not even related to Donald Trump, he kind of said yesterday that the dude's not a target at all. Kind of like Jim Comey allegedly told the president, like, no, you're not a target of anything. So why am I ranting about this, guys? Because it makes me furious. A year ago, we had a 600 or 400 point pullback in the Dow when the Jim Comey memo he leaked to the New York Times broke and the market imploded. Oh my God, Trump's going to be impeached, and how's he going to get his agenda through? Well, he's going to, because none of that's going to happen. So we're seeing a nice recovery. Dow's up just about 300 points as I'm shooting this before our Analyze Your Trade session. As trade concerns ease, every one of these, folks, we've predicted. BTFD, buy the frigging dip in all of these. And I said, yesterday in AR, I said we are going to bounce off this and get pulled back up to the 50-day moving average. And yes, Q1 earnings are going to save us. 2-3 weeks from now, we're going to look back and go, why did some of this even happen? I mean, hell, January feels like a year ago with this volatility implosion. We've been having a blast trading all of this stuff, folks. Data from Star Trek, right? I can't wait. I'm already popping the popcorn, getting some butter and salt and a big Coke on ice to watch him testify next week. It's going to be a complete clown car. The guy's going to look full. He's going to, I said this 3 weeks ago when the Facebook thing broke, as I predicted 3 months ago, I said he's going to resign. The board's either going to fire him, or he's going to look so stupid that 87 million users. This number, and they're lying about this number. They're under this. What's the over/under on this, folks? 87 million users may have been improperly shared. So right now, what is the stock's up today? It's called a short squeeze. If you want to catch this falling knife, the only way Facebook shares will ever recover in the short term is with him resigning. It's like Steve Wynn at Wynn Resorts. This name is tainted. Mark Zuckerberg is a liar. And I'm not going to use the F word on my daily free videos, but does everybody remember? So there's Wynn resigning right there. Stock popped $4 or $5, and then back to this. Does anybody remember what he called people who gives him his information? In 2009, this email surfaced of when he was at Harvard, and he's like, hey, man, he was emailing a buddy of his. It says, hey, dude, if you need any info on anybody at Harvard, let me know. I have 4,000 people's names, date of birth, social security numbers, all sorts of stuff. And the guy asked, dude, how'd you get that stuff? He's like, I don't know. People trust me. Dumb F word with an S on the end of it. That's what he called people who gave him personal information. Zebra doesn't change his stripes. Sell that stock in any bounce. The only way that goes higher, we might go out in time, maybe 3-6 months from now, or maybe even buy some deep in the money 80 Delta calls out to Jan 20. I get it ain't going out of business, but the only way that stock recovers is with him gone. Actually, let me move this tariff thing back over to here. So the tech wreck, it ain't over, folks. Amazon's up a little bit today. The president today again was ripping apart Amazon via Twitter. He's not going to let that go. Trump, I get he's a shiny red ball guy. Oh, there goes a shiny red ball. Let me run after that. But usually he keeps chasing after the ball, so it's going to be ugly. We've been laughing all week at Elon Musk and Tesla and the implosion in Tesla, and the dude laughing about bankruptcy, and now I'm sleeping at the factory. The tech wreck ain't over. Limousine liberals eating each other is comical. Tim Cook and Zuckerberg going at it. Tim Cook doing the whole, I don't know what type of business practices that guy does, but we don't do it at Apple. The guy's a liar. Yeah, you're right. Facebook doesn't employ 10-year-olds in China to build their iPhones, and Facebook doesn't put government tracking software in their iPhones in China to track what the people do. But anyway, folks, we're having a blast. Tomorrow is actually non-farm payroll, so we'll see what it can only be bad news, to be honest with you. And I don't even think – I think if it's a bad jobs report tomorrow, that just means, the Fed might have some air cover not to raise rates. So I'm not – so we're having a blast. Like I said, we have Analyze Your Trade today at 1 o'clock. We're going to talk through all this stuff. And then today, later this afternoon, I'm flying up to Norwich University in Vermont with my boy for a college visit. So I'll be doing my Friday market wrap up from beautiful Northfield, Vermont, or Montpelier. From the Comfort Inn in Montpelier. So really looking forward to our Analyze Your Trade session today. We're also going to be talking about volatility. Anybody who knows anything about anything sees that here's the spike where we're all going to die in January, and here we are right now. Anybody see the trend in volatility? The trend is your friend. I would short. We had a weekly options trade we got out of this week for a nice 47, 50% gain in a day. If you're still in that, bearish spread on VXX. You're looking at potentially $2,000 or $2,100 gain in $5,000 of risk by tomorrow. So another good looking weekly options trade. And like I said, we're having a really good time here at TGO. Like I said, folks, please keep these brothers in uniform in your thoughts and prayers. It's a beautiful. It's awful, and I'll leave it at that. All right, guys, I got to run. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow from Vermont.